no strategies, nothing. I played it all by ear, and it's like kind of like the God's plan thing. Like, if it's gonna go, it's gonna work. It's no different than like how the marble stuff went. Don't get me wrong, it didn't go in my favor, but maybe there's a reason it didn't go in my favor.
Welcome to another edition of Tronda Talks, Grow Heal Inspire. I have Eddie, another squitter here. Eddie has been such a delight to meet. I have enjoyed having you around. You're so kind. You got one of the biggest, I can tell, one of the biggest hearts.
I think it's just my eyes.
Is what it is?
Yeah. Well, they told me some eyelashes, but it's like...
That's probably what
That's all it is.
Beautiful eyelashes, let me have them.
See?
I need those. On my eyes right here, I didn't need them. I still be wearing these.
No eyeliner, no good. I got thick in middle school, but grew up, still kept eyelashes.
No, I'm with it. Eddie, so you went out on harvest. How did that feel?
So, like, we were obviously a little emotionally, like, traumatized and, like, just, like, because it's just a side effect of, the filming and everything. And, like, I was, like, the last wave. So, like, I emotionally wasn't ready for what, like, AK-90 gave me. So, like, I'm going in, I'm like, and I probably should I was really good at letting the ego go the entire game. And I, like, felt like maybe I was, like, too confident that he was going to, like, play somewhere, like, maybe we, like, throw with our hands. I'm like, he's a plastic surgeon. And, like, someone wanted to do this too, to be, like, super fair. And, like, we were, like, really tight the entire time, like, leading up to that moment, like, through the picnic and all the stuff. And, like, and he's like, no, he wanted like me to play like the most Googled game on like one-sided way to play Marbles. I'm like, no,
What was it?
I don't even know how to explain what it's called. It's called a bunch of different things, but like if you like the easiest way to play marbles and you Google it, it's gonna pop up.
Them.
Yeah. So I'm like, you want me to play this?
Oh, he tried you.
Oh, he tried. And I was, but like, so here's the thing. Like we were given a time to agree on the game. I'm like, dude, you're ridiculous. This is what you want to play? Like, and he's like, well, we're tired and blah, 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 and all this excuses. And I'm like, dude, you cut people's face open, I think, for a living. And you're tired. And I was an athlete and did all this other crazy stuff. So it's like crazy to me. I'm like, no, you're insane. So, but I didn't want us both to get eliminated. So like right before we're about to go out, I'm just like, you're a dick, but fuck it, we'll play.
Let's go.
Like whatever.
Did you play that game?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I should have just been petty. But at the time, it was like, fuck it, maybe I'll just like go along with it for film and whatever. And like, I knew what I was getting into. I got the lose option and I still lost. So what way do you look at it? You know what I mean? Like, do I play it a little bit or just say fuck it, swallow my pride, do the thing? So it's like, and
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just show you what I mean by him being such an adorable individual.
Friend or foe?
Yeah, like literally, like you didn't do like them other people when they went to them doors and they got
about it. Like, obviously when I was done, I got to hear some things and I heard some shit that went down and you're like, damn, maybe I should have been meaner. I was like, they didn't care about us. Like, our shit was boring. Like, compared to what I heard in there. I was like, damn.
Which did you went through cookies and everything. Which cookie did you get?
Oh, I got the triangle. 432 held out for us like huge, and like I respected hell on for it. I even said that I was like, your stubbornness and just like, and I understand like where he's coming from because like I'm an athlete too. Mm-hmm. So it's like he held down when everyone needed him the most, and like don't get me wrong, like what happened to Spencer sucked, but at the end of the day, we're all looking out for each other in that moment, and he held on tough, and it was amazing. And let's face it, triangle's one of the easier shapes. It was still hard though.
I know
because like when you break the triangle, half the damn cookie breaks. Yeah. That's what they don't tell you. And then I think it was Star. I started hearing like Star had more people go back to the dorm than us.
Brad was a part of that Star game.
Yeah.
Well, did you go at the same time? Because Brad actually.
Yeah.
He did the start.
They all worked together, and like our stuff was like super alpha, like quiet. No one really say anything. Like we got a little some blimps, and some people walked out like, hey, because somebody did it in like a minute. It was insane, like how quick they did it. I was like, wow, what am I doing? When I was like, they're passing, like, wow, dude, there's still a lot of time in how. And so like I got through it, but I like half listened and it's just like the dumbest thing ever is it's a damn cookie. And I'm like, chaos. I'm like, you know, and then like I'm all upset. They're like, you want to keep on? No, I fucking hate this thing. Like, fuck this cookie, dude. It just ruined my friends, made us all upset. Like, no. I took one bite of it, my body can't even handle the sugar because I didn't like sugar much at that point. I'm just like, nah, fuck this. I threw it away. Couldn't do it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you said I can't do the sugar.
No.
But okay. What about when you went to you was a war game? I know you play war games. Who was your person? Who did you do? Because I can
Repeat that for me.
war games.
Oh, war games. So ironically, like,
Who was your captain?
it was B and Amanda.
So you was on the team
Yeah.
that oh gosh, I just had her here. Kat was on.
Didn't even know.
How crazy, right?
Yeah, and I love Kat. Like, me and Kat get along great.
Yeah. Did you know Kat before the game?
Oh, I knew her during I met her on the
in the
dorms.
games,
Yeah, of course. I didn't know her before, but I knew her in the games.
Yeah.
And like we had great conversations and stuff, and still do. And, but it was intriguing how it happened because like obviously there was it's Tom War and it was like all alpha, and I'm like, I went to get in like Bryson's line, and it was like. They didn't say no or nothing, but I seen the way it was filling up. Like, they planned this. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not about to be that group that's like, oh, struggle to look for a team. So I walked over to, like, B and them, and then, like, Amanda kind of was there, too, and then, like, Keys and all of them got... And it was just... Sometimes you don't fight things. They just happen. And that's kind of the thing that we fell into with. And I was like, if it was a tug of war team, I think, like, Amanda being the badass she is and some of the people we had, like, we'd been fine. But the fact that it was warships, and then we had, like... You know, the gamer, and we had Amanda that was like just a badass in general, and like basically was in the line, worked at the game.
Yes.
So it's like everything happens for a reason, works out. It did. When we were like picking captain, lieutenant, we didn't even argue it. Like, what the hell are you gonna do? There's a gamer and someone that like wasn't. So what do? Like what? Me and Keys? Like the coach and the dirt bike rider. Like, no way. So everything fell into place, and it was just weird how smooth that snowball affected into it. But, like, it's also weird for me because, like, obviously with the dirt bike racing background, I like to control a lot of the stuff that I do. So it's like, being in warships, I had no control. It was full trust on those women to be as powerful as they were and do what they did. And I actually almost got out. It's like, we were one missile away from being out. Like, they don't really capture how intense that was. I was, like, staring at Amanda and be like, damn, I ain't about to go to dorms with you. I'm going to miss you girls. And they said,
that's crazy. Yeah, it's so funny that you, the person that got, y'all team got Kat out. And you just talked out
so like, don't get me wrong, the show was great. But it's like, there's some like key things that like, you never get to see. Like, we were like screaming back and forth, like, when we'd hit somebody. And I made a smart ass comment. I don't think anybody even knows this still this day. I was like, you better get to the lifeboats, like, but like that's the competitor in me. It's not like I'm doing this to like them. It's just like that's just me. Like, you talk shit. It's
when you went into the games, what was your strategy for us? Like, who did you want? What kind of person were you winning? Were you when you went in? Meaning, like, how did you like to say when I was going in? I said they don't know they're gonna be on Tronda team. Like that.
It's so funny because I'm such a. I want to be in too. It's so funny because like I wanted to go in no matter what, I'd just be myself. I never really wanted to like play a character and do this. And in the end, you're gonna see that like it didn't matter if you made these alliances, if you made these teams, if you were this age or this. It didn't mean a damn thing. I just was myself. I didn't like try to make these fake alliances or like pretend to like somebody or nothing. I was myself. That was one of the main reasons I was friends with like a core group of the people that I was. I don't get me wrong. I talked to everybody. I loved everybody. It's just my personality. But first person I ever met before LA Green Light, we were in the tents. It was B, and like it was just kind of fun because I naturally just talk to people and like we're just talking and like they see all these people getting along, like talking, laughing, and like and me and her just like talking shit about them, like laughing, like oh they're kind of like they'd literally be willing to cut their throat. They're like fighting for millions of dollars, and we're laughing and joking about it. Never saw her all red light, green light. Ironically, seen her in the dorm. And it's like, that's kind of person we were. We're never like, we're in alliance. It's just like, no, we're mutual friends, and this is how it plays. And like, if at the end of it, it's me and you, fuck you.
Exactly.
Like, And that was like the best part about it.
Mentality about everyone. Everything should be that way. It should be, absolutely.
Yeah, fight for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And you just met the people then, but at the end of the day, like, don't get me wrong, I talk to them every day. I'm in a group text with Anthony, Danny, B, and Amanda, and we call it the crew. And it's because we all like sat on the bench by the water fountains all the time, just talk or whatever. Yeah. And like the little emoji in the group is like, it's a bench. I jokingly put the photo in there. They didn't even know you could do it. But no, it's I just was myself. No strategies, nothing. I played it all by ear, and it's like kind of like the God's plan thing. Like if it's gonna go, it's gonna work. It's no different than like how the marble stuff went. Don't get me wrong, it didn't go in my favor, but maybe there's a reason it didn't go in my favor. Maybe I wouldn't have been willing to become the person that would have won that much money. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice, but maybe it wasn't meant for me. It just
right.
I look at it like that.
What would you have done if you'd have won that money?
Ooh, if I'd have won that money. I mean, you get the occasional everybody like this, and is like super selfish and whatever. I made the comment in marbles because they tell you what you'd use the money for. I grew up with damn near nothing. Me and my family, like we loved dirt bikers, and that's what we did together. And my father, he had like sold everything, and like we'd have been bankrupt and like all that because of dirt bikers. If I let that happen, I never let it happen. I loved racing and all that, but like as far as like it goes, my father deserves the best life you can give him. Him and my mother worked her butt off, even up until she passed. She was the same way. She fought cancer 4 times, and every aspiration of her life would just, trying to be better. So like, I mean, my dream honestly just to like,
take for your family.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we love to do. The racing, my father, especially because he'll work his entire life, man, and he don't be wrong, it's a hard worker. It's a boomer thing. Like, even if you're retired, he'd probably go work. Okay. But like at the end of the day, he's like a hard-working like body guy, works on cars, and like I would love to try to like give him some things that he deserves. And like I definitely would move him out of the city. We live in Lansing, Michigan. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud to be from Lansing. It's the capital of our state and all that. But like where we live is like rough, and it got really rough after the whole COVID thing. Like I had a dirt bike stolen from me right before I went on the show, so like I was almost nervous like when I got out of the show to like get the text that like a bunch of shit happened. So it's like I want to get us out of there. That's my thing, and I bring the people up around me. So with the dirt bike racing in general, every sponsor ever is basically like a friend, and they're basically like family to me. And a lot of them struggle and work, but like a lot of them put their aspirations into my dreams too coming up. So it's like, I never forget where I came from. That's the biggest thing. It's like, whether it was me and my friend that built the landscape company, or my friend that owned the tree company that gave me a bike race in California, or my friend up in the Upper Peninsula where we live that gave me a bike again to go to California. And there's so many like just core people that made my life better. So 4.56 mil, I'm going to help all these people. Of course, I'm going to like make it so that I can prosper.
Y'all heard that, right? He telling y'all what you would have done if you wanted his money. These people have stuck by the words if you wanted. Yeah. They would have known, though.
Yeah,
You want to know because he was intelligent until you saw it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Everything on Instagram is just clout at this point. Like, I want. Well, it's funny because you can fool them too, but it's all part of the game. I like to make jokes.
Y'all should be very. It should be a admiral. The fact that he think about putting y'all inside of his world if he won that money, y'all might want to be, saying thank you. Should be ideal of, something like that.
Grow your own inspire.
Eddie, so you had, so you got to work. How was it for you running across to the other side of the world for 9 hours?
Honestly, so like I had never been. I was super nervous. So like when I casted for this, so all the dumb stuff like everyone's like, oh, it's Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I heard on the radio, dude. Who the hell listens? No offense, who listens to the radio?
You on the radio?
Yeah, I was in a work truck, and we were going to a job. It's literally almost 100 degrees out, and I'm like fatigued and beat, and I'm just like turning the radio. It's like one of them funny things. You talk about things happen in funny ways. Yes. Turn the radio, and I don't listen to radio. I just got in the truck, like didn't have the aux cord that day. And the radio station is 97.5, and they're like, "You heard about Squid Games? Like, yeah, people died. Everybody can show it if you can cast for it." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's this." I'm like, literally, like, soon as like looked at it, I'm like, "There's no way." Applied for it, did the whole casting process. I still didn't believe it. That's the funny part. I did a year's worth of like castings, didn't believe it until And I still didn't believe when the car pulled in my driveway at 3 a.m. So like I roll up on the cameras. It's like, it's creepy, but it's like, I don't know. Like how real. And the reason I was so skeptical about it and like didn't believe it is I was supposed to be on, I think I told Brad about this. I was supposed to be on American Ninja Warrior in like 2017. Really? Yeah. And I was going to be like one of the first dirt bike guys. I was going to be like the Moto Ninja was my thing and all that. Well, I didn't know the casting director got fired. So like, he's like, not. I guess I was supposed to be in Kansas City. Didn't get told, and then I was like, oh, we'll go to Cincinnati, and they were in Daytona the whole time. And I guess when he was in Daytona, he got fired. Oh, wow. No aspiration, nothing like out of it. Like no calls, no texts, no hey, get a hold of this guy. And then that's like I applied after that, but it almost didn't even matter because it's like one of the things when you're in, and it is. Then other than that, you're just another one of the billion emails that want to be on one of the most famous shows. So like I was super skeptical about this because like. Are you real? Like, I'm asking the casting directors. This is their job to find us. Are you real? Like, give me some proof. No, technically, we can't do that. I'm like, I need some proof.
Yeah. So you don't know. I've been scarred.
Yeah. Well, it's a thing, you know. Like and it's a overpromise underdeliver story, and then like, I take no as well as I take yes. Yeah. So it's like, I want to know. I did. Yeah.
That word I was looking for was honor. You should be honored that he even think about giving out some money. There was a case to where I could not. I don't know why I couldn't think.
Well, you think about it, you got to be smart about it too, though, because like you can't give someone too much money because then they don't rely on earning money themselves. So you have to be smart about it. So it's almost like bringing people around, yes, but not giving them too much because like if you give somebody too much, then they're still going to expect more, and you're almost taking care of them. Sure. So like. That's the other part of it too. Mm-hmm. So like be smart still with your decisions. Like, hey dude, I don't mind like, doing something, but like, I guess the saying is they call it a broski, but yeah.
That's like, what you'd have been.
No,
I don't know. First off, I think that if you won that money, Eddie, you probably would have, you're the person that I believe that you would give your last. You wouldn't have anything because you give it out.
That's why I said I'd be smart with it.
Yeah, but you could be as smart as you want to be, but you can't take what you have in your heart, the kind of person that you are, out of the conversation, which I don't think you really could.
No? I have a problem with being super in depth and getting along with people. So yeah, I could see
and
it could happen.
I know that. I do.
It is outside looking in, so it's hard to know myself.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about like having good conversations with people. You really figure out who you are,
I see it because that's who I see you being is you have a very big heart. So people want that money. You can still over here like, I'm good as long as my daddy good and my friends good, we good. That's you.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. But
money doesn't make a person know either.
No, it doesn't. No.
I like again growing up in poverty and the way I live, like I hustle for everything I got, bottom line. But like at the end of the day, it's the goal's not always money. The goal is happiness. Like it sounds hilarious, but
you do not have to be happy. Money cannot make you happy.
Yeah.
Your happiness starts with you.
Like I've been pumped driving around the damn country in a van, living off of nothing, racing dirt bikes. And the funny part is like I have a profession. It's something that I did and I still do. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I wasn't retired like being a pro motocrosser. I knew that, and like at a young age. And it's funny because if I tell you like, imagine if I told you I was the best 1,000 like NFL or NBA players, you'd be like, oh, you're rich. No, I'm one of the best 1,000 like dirt bikers probably in the world, and I'm like going to play on Squid Games for money. But hear me out, like, and I'm also like a very like soulful person. So like one of the tattoos on my arm it says rich, and an acronym for remember, I create happiness.
Yes.
So like it's not
affirmations.
It's not just like it's not just money. Yeah. It's yourself too.
Yes, absolutely it is.
Oh, damn bomb hits this place. Money ain't gonna mean shit.
You know what's his name? The one that you played them with again should be thanking you. Literally, boy.
Well, I heard for some gamers that maybe the word got around about when they saw him walk in after marbles. Yeah. And they're probably like, there's no way in hell he did any straight. And I think maybe he got voted off for that. I've heard other reasons too in the dorm, but like it's all that hearsay. We'll know when we get to watch the episode for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Eddie, you so when you was running doing the how long did it take you to get across?
Oh my gosh, red light.
Yeah, red light.
I don't really know. Like some of the guys that told me they're like the last wave it was like 9 hours. So I think I was around the 7-hour mark.
Okay.
And it's like how intense that was, and it's like there's a lot of badass. I didn't know. So here's the thing, like, as badass as stuff I've done and the stuff I've endured and the injuries and all these things, and it's like, I made it, but like, Leanne made it.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's a lot of, like, Rick made it.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. Like, it was kind of cool when we ended up in the dorm because, like, it didn't matter your age or how strong you were or anything. It was how mentally tough you were. The people that made it to that dorm after LA were the most mentally toughest people I've ever met.
I agree. I completely agree.
Because, like, I watched professional athletes, I watched 30 damn bodybuilders, like, and like dudes that like look like they've had rough lives and super tough people, and like they didn't make it through. So,
yeah, the rough people or the people you think that would be strong.
yeah, like the appearance that you look at and go, that's a bad, you know, like, and it's like, no, they didn't make it.
I started out there up here.
I
That says a lot about you too.
Well, that's kind of how I thought about it too. This is crazy, don't get me wrong. You'd be amazed what the human body can do. I don't know who the guy is that does like all the crazy stuff. It's Mike something. He'll like run thousands of miles and like no water and be fine and like do these Arctic challenges and not get hypothermia and freeze. And it's like, you'd be amazed the human body can go through. We're a living example of it. It's crazy that they didn't capture how wild that was.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys, honestly, there's a difference too. As an athlete, we're training ourselves to do certain things.
the more you suffer, the better you are.
Yeah. But that was not a situation where you were being trained for.
No.
That's basically off the web. You basically went in, you had no idea. You thought it was going to be one thing and it turned out to be another.
So a funny thing is, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
is that I kind of did my own little research. I researched damn near everything I tried to do.
Yeah.
Like reality TV, I want to research to see if some people went through, like whether it was Survivor or whatever it was. And I looked at it and I was like, so what these guys go through? And it's like they say for every 4 minutes in Hollywood takes them out. So I had a little mental idea that it would take a while.
Really?
Yeah. I had a little mental idea before I did anything how long all this would take. And I was like kind of ready my own way for it.
Interesting.
So,
you know, that's kind of valid too, because that's pretty much that makes a lot of sense.
should have studied marbles better. But I studied that.
It wouldn't matter because you was gonna, and well, you know, okay, you know, it's okay. Like you said, you were exactly where you need to be in this very moment. You really are, man. And you've already been just a pleasure. You do you feel you had any growth in the show?
I think I learned more about myself than I thought I would. So like going in and out, my main thing for me was, do you want to try to do reality TV? Are you gonna like this? Are you gonna come from cameras? And like I'm a chatterbox anyways, and I grew up, you know, racing, doing interviews and all this. So I didn't think it was so much that, but it was the reality part, like. Because you can go in and you can play a character. None of these people know who you are. You can be like...
Did you do that?
No.
Not at all. It was you the whole time. I mean, you just said that. Yeah.
I couldn't fake it. Like, for being honest, like, I've, like, casted for some acting roles, and it would, like, take a lot of work, I think, maybe to, like, try to play the character, because you have to be so into it.
Yeah.
And to be that into, like, faking being a character for the amount of time that we did everything, no way.
Yeah, no worries.
It's just, I'd have cracked. They'd be like, oh, it is fake.
Yeah. That which I looked was not fake. That's for sure. None of that was fake. You know, like I look at people like you, and I always ask. I've been asking this question about you when you went on. Did you tell them about your past? Was your video talk? Was that one of the reasons you think they put you on the show? Was it because you did dirt bikes, or was it because of you coming from poverty and you're still making your way no matter what?
It's very interesting because, like, I kind of asked a lot of guys when this became a thing, what was your video? Because it had me curious, because I was just like, and everything I do, especially, like, whether it's, like, talking about product, a company, myself, or whatever, I try to do it in one take. Because it's full passion, there's no editing then, and it's real. I did that video my first try. Actually, no, I'm thinking about it. Second try, because I cussed in it the first time, and I didn't want to cuss in doing casting again. So I was like, okay, But literally, second try, full thing, boom, done. Actually, ironically, so like, didn't have a real good setting to do it. So like, I had a really nice like transit that I traveled in at the time, and it looked like an office.
Oh.
So I set it up like in the chair of it and sat in the back of it and like did the video. One shot, I was in a lawn chair, and like just busted it out. And honestly, I don't even remember what I said because I'm just a passionate on the dying thing. I'm like, I probably something like, oh, I think it'd be perfect for Squid Games because. I've been acting my whole life. I don't think you can throw anything that won't challenge me. Like, I'm going to be able to do these games. Like, you know, like, kind of approached it with confidence, not cockiness, and maybe that's why. Maybe it was my highlighted hair. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and it's like the thing. I guess I look at it like you didn't tell them about this part of your world where you've been doing your thing.
Oh yeah, that's the funny part. Like you were talking about casting. Like if I brought up being, I might have said like, hey, grew up in poverty and like did this and trying to be better. But like, you don't forget the past. You try not to bring it up.
But you don't need to be your past.
Exactly. So
That's the difference, and that's the good part.
So-
That's how you know you're gonna be creative. Like just with that, what the arm say?
remember, I create happiness. So like that's like been through a lot. Like growing up, like said, grew in poverty. Schooling district was garbage, and like had aspirations to, just be out of there and be better. Like being the professional athlete and all this other stuff. And my mother passed away when I was like 17. So like it was really weird to like later in life, especially not have a mother. It was super weird. And like I love my mother to death. And I'm not talking bad, but our like history growing up was not very well. She had some issues she never got through, and I don't know if it was maybe because of like maybe I didn't know that she had like the cancer early on and she didn't deal with it very well. But she battled it 4 times. She fought all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where my fighting spirit comes from. And there's so much, like you can't even like wrap it up. And I never want to like sound like a crybaby ever, because it's like people have made it out of where I'm from. People make it every day. The internet or whoever doesn't care where you've been from. You know what I mean? They just care about who you are.
It helps them to understand. The thing is to see where you come from and to acknowledge it, but do not make it the person.
Yeah. No, I don't want to.
You. The only reason why I asked is because of the fact that we have similarities to some things, and it's just to see that I know you're going to be okay. It's just a matter of time.
I appreciate you.
You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're fine now, but you're going to be even better because of your willingness, the fact that this is something that you want out of your life, and not just want it, but you desire. And eventually, when you understand what I mean by this, when you really start feeling it, that's when it's going to come even faster. All you missing, like this, all you missing.
It's all about the journey, right?
Taking the time to feel what it is that you want your drum to be. So you got it.
I feel the journey changes all the time, but it's up to us to dictate it in the end, right? When I was racing on the circuit, I'll never forget this. A buddy of mine, he's an older guy. He did the same stuff I was doing. Pro motocrosser, like didn't get to make all the money, but loved it. And like I remember being, I think it was a Georgia Dome at the time, because they don't have it no more, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember being in there. I missed the main by I think a tenth of a second. I literally crashed right in front of the finish. Like it was the lap that it felt like I had dodged it. Pissed, missed it by a tenth. And I remember being like super pissed and all this, and like I didn't make like a crybaby post or nothing about it, but it was like upset, like I'm very mad, like just missed it by this, frustrating, like going to get him in the, I think I was going to Minnesota after that, and I remember him saying, he goes, Eddie, I know you want the destination, but it's not about the destination. He says, you're going to look back on this, and it's about the journey. It's way more about that than it ever will be the destination. And like I've always been appreciative, like gratitude and all that person, but like hearing him say that changed my perspective for it, because it's hard to like be an athlete and always want more for yourself, but like realize the big picture too, that like when you get to do things like that, like you're kind of the 1%. People don't get to travel and do the things you do. Like the dirt bike took me at damn near everywhere. Dirt bike put me on this show. Yeah. Like it wasn't because I was a landscaper. Like it's just like, no, like it's brought me so much. It's brought me family and friends I'll never forget. It brought me relationships that I will have the rest of my life. It taught me business. High school didn't teach me shit. Like where I grew up, the district was garbage. Like we had teachers that cared, but we didn't have you know what I mean? It's just education's different in other places. Let's just make it that simple. The dirt bike taught me how to negotiate contracts, negotiate proposals. Like even for stuff like this, like I'm taking the most of my opportunity, whether I'm interviewed or not. Like I've already found ways to promote myself, promote my city, promote my companies, my sponsors. On my way here, I stopped at Sunstar Sprockets, and they've taken care of me for years. And I'm like, I'm doing a video for you guys for free, because they give me like, I can't publicly say what they do, but like they have nothing but fantastic. I'm doing this video for free. You're not getting charged. Absolutely. Like, and then the promo of the bikes and all that, took the video, boom, boom. I paid for the ads for them. So it's like a commercial. Player 43 approves of this.
Nice.
2 miles away, went to my buddy's bike shop at Octane Outlet.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, I walked in, I was wearing my suit because the other place is like 2 miles down the road. And everybody's looking at me like, because let's face it, no one's seen our jumpsuits since the early 2000s.
Right.
And then, like, maybe someone picked out, like, why is he wearing a Squid Game outfit? This dude's going to come in and, like...
In like Halloween costume.
That's pretty much like, dude, Thanksgiving's like 2 days. Why are you dressed up like this? And it was kind of, like, funny because none of them knew who I was. I just know the owners and stuff.
Yeah.
And, Christina walked to the bathroom, and I was like, I'll see you in a minute. It was, like, super awkward and funny. And then, like, we walked back by, and I'm like... They're like still laughing. I know why they're laughing because like I walked in like this, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys know where Bree and Aaron are?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, they'd never heard anybody call her Bree."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "All right, I'm going to the office," and they're like, "Do you know him personally?" And then I'm like, "Don't worry about it." Like just messing with them. Like I don't know him, and I'm walking in their office, and I walk in their office, I'm like, "Your employees have no idea who just walked in here or why," and they think I'm just some psycho off the street. So it was pretty gold, and they're like, "No, he's with us," because the staff member following me. I'm like,
What's happening here?
But no, dirt bikes taught me so much. At the end of the day, they made my life better and for the best.
When you were on the show, and I have 3 questions I like to ask everybody.
Let's go.
The next one is: do you feel as though you had to do any kind of healing after you left the show? While you was in the show, was there kind of healing?
Weird. You've obviously traveled, so you know what jet lag feels like, and it's like it takes a little bit to get over, but not long, and especially when you do it a lot, and it's like pushing yourself and all this, and you're used to it. You know what I'm talking about? You've come down from adrenaline. Weirdest thing ever, and I don't know, maybe it was just me. I've heard other people had problems too, like maybe had to stay back, and it's just being in the situation that we were, the way everything is. My decompression almost took an entire day. It was the awkward.
And it was crazy. Yours took less than everybody else.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so this is news to me.
Yeah, a lot of people, when I say decompression, when you did you want to be back in the show when you left the show?
Not really, but like, let's put it this way: if they're like season 2, and you wanted to come back, I'd be, oh hell yeah, I want to fight for this. Like, my biggest aspiration was going to go Glass Bridge. I never got to see the dang thing, so I was like, to be honest, I was more pissed about that.
They did some beautiful work. They really did.
Like the Marbles' whole attire was dead center key done. And this is gonna sound so stupid because again, I didn't see Glass Bridge, so I think so sweet it was, but how well the staircase was done, like I'm like a freak about that, and like. A lot of people don't know that the damn staircase is based off of the Asher painting. Yeah. Like, oh, it divides worlds and all. And it's like so ironic because that's what the Squid's thing was. Like, rules don't matter. And like it's a sublime thrown in the show that people don't understand. Like, I've always wanted like a piece dedicated, like a tattoo off it. And it's just so funny. I was so nerded out about that. And they did a beautiful job on it. Like, beautiful job. Yeah, it was so sick. Like, I'd if I had like a nice place, I'd throw a weird little staircase in it. It'd just be funny. Be like, why? Be like, oh, why not?
Yeah, why not? Because I can.
4.56, I'd have done it.
You're right. Tell me, Barney, show would have done a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, so you didn't have, when you got back, everything is pretty much normal for you.
When I got back from the decompression process, I felt normal, but like weird. It like emotionally wasn't weird there because like. Again, being in control of things, and I wasn't in control of the situation. So, like, in the way I left, knowing he went in pissed me off. I found out later that he came back because he got a little bit of pride, but I'm like, me as a person, I always try to figure out if something goes wrong, what can I have done to prevent it? Or, like, if, like, why? Why the hell did it happen? So, like, I mentally, like, I didn't take my phone when I came back. A lot of people grabbed their phone, they're all excited. I didn't grab my phone. So I didn't want it to alter the way I felt because I supposed we had nibs the next day and I had the therapy session and all that. So I didn't want the outside world to affect how I was feeling in the moment. So I took the time and like I couldn't go to sleep. It's like jet lag. Sometimes you just can't go to sleep when you're up so long and can't get down from it. I never got down from it. And it took that long. Maybe got almost 2 hours of sleep. Still felt like crap. Did the therapy thing. Went did the mids. Finally came back, I think, and got the nap, and I felt better. I don't remember if it was that way or not, but it's weirdest thing I've ever had the decompressor of, and like I guess hearing the other people took longer, I feel a little better.
Yeah, you call it decompression. A lot of people say they were still in the game when they got back home.
I mean, I wasn't losing my mind that bad.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. You're the first one to actually, and this again, this is why I really enjoy just seeing the different perspectives in regards to everybody's thought patterns are, what they did when they got home, how they felt about it when they were eliminated from the show. It's been. I'm so glad my husband said, "Hey, let's do this," and it's been an experience for me as someone who didn't get to go do it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like,
You ever get bored of all the stories? You ever get bored of hearing the stories all the time?
Not at all. They think I'm more intriguing because I'm getting to ask you my questions.
Yeah.
I'm getting to ask you my feel for it, but I also want to make it where you're able to express who you are, how you felt about it too, But for me, it's just being able, and then for those who are interested to see the different dynamics, again, the perspectives that you guys have had.
Yeah.
It's like, it's different because you're the first to say, hey, I did my stuff in about one day and I'm good to go. Y'all know what y'all talking about.
Well, and it's funny because, like, maybe everybody has a different aspiration on it and whatever, but, like, I didn't really change who I was. I kind of found something out about myself. And then I think maybe the biggest thing is the reason it took me as long as it did is because I was trying to figure out what I could have done different. Yeah. And I think that's all it was for me, where maybe people still felt in there. But, like, the show's kind of like, if you think about it, we're on reality TV, we're back to that comment, if you sleep-deprived people, and let's face it, you put crazy people in a white room.
Well, exactly what you do.
That's what I waited in for 8 hours and then did the thing.
You're right,
so like it's like you almost have to study people.
Yeah.
And like and that's kind of like what everything is. What we study people, what they like, what they want. And that's how the social media game works too, because like people aspirate and grow on that because they understand people, where the knowledge is going and all that. Like
I don't understand people.
Dang it. But like, so you lock people in a room.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for a leader for some reason.
Yeah. True.
They're looking they got to be together. And it's weird too to understand, like, maybe some people ain't mentally as strong and they feel like they need people around and all that. And like, I kind of get it, but I don't. Like, you have to have that self-awareness too about yourself, and maybe that's why it wasn't so bad for me. Where like a lot of people don't maybe have that.
Yeah. And that's the difference. Is like, you're so willing to be who you are no matter what it is, and you're so easy to be like, okay, whatever, let life happen as it's gonna happen, whatever.
Well, I was kind of pumped even like when I read my bio that they put for me to the show, like, not normatic or whatever, like willing to go do anything. And I mean, that's kind of how it is.
I don't even know that.
like it was funny because I was like, I figured it'd be cheesy, and it's like, damn, they described that pretty well. Like,
I feel like I'm pretty good too, because I've been calling all these like what you just said was what I don't know you, but I know you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. So I mean, like I commend you guys for giving me this opportunity. I mean, I'm thankful that you're giving me the opportunity to get to know you on a different page in a different, situation. And I was honored to have you guys here with us.
This has been amazing. Honestly, this has been a fantastic deal. I can't wait for the finale.
I know.
So, again, the saying.
Yeah.
Out yet, but like
when
Brad sent the thing, and I was like,
yeah,
coming here, my boss, like, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna do this. I took the vacation or whatever, and like, he don't know right now that I'm gonna be down for it. I've booked the flight and everything. Brad sent last minute. I'm like, boss probably gonna be pissed, and I'm sorry, Mr. West, but like, you can't miss the once in a lifetime opportunities, man. And it's like, and it's had friends again. We're talking about all over, but it's like, the relationship that I had with the people I had on the game too, especially, and it's like, they're really core people, like people downstairs, like just we don't, like, let's be realistic here. We don't really know anyone for a period of time, but damn, we feel connected.
Yes, absolutely.
And damn, it's fun.
But really, that's what I'm talking about, that feeling.
Yeah.
That's how you apply that stuff to your future.
Yeah.
You bring your future to you. You feel what you need to
put yourself around good people too, man. And it's awesome. Like, no one realizes this. We just got free contacts to hundreds of people, like some of the badassest people in the world. People pay millions of dollars to get contacts like that. Like, I know companies that, like, I won't sign to this race team unless this guy's on and we want all their emails and all their people's names. Yeah. Like, we got to do this opportunity and meet all these people and to expand ourselves any way that we want to. I mean, I've already done a lot since the show's been off. Lexi's a great friend of mine. They're prospering to do a movie called Licensure. Dylan's going to be in it too.
Yeah.
TJ and like B and like a lot of people. And it's like, I came home from that, went to work for a little bit, and then went to New Mexico after I went to like Florida. This was my decompression. So like, I don't know if I'm going to work all year or not.
Okay.
So I go to like Florida for a month, like no matter what. It's our slow season. So it's not like I'm plowing because we're not getting no snow and we're not doing any landscaping or anything because I can't go to work. So I go to Florida, ride dirt bikes the whole time. And then I literally went there, came back, went to New Mexico, filmed the thing and like hung out with them. And then just meet people around. I met Chad when I was in Florida too. I seen him in Fort Lauderdale. I didn't see Kyle. He was busy, but like the friends all over the place. It's so cool. Like I'm gonna go to the UK. That's aspirational. All right, I'm gonna go hang out with Anthony B and Amanda sometime, and hopefully take Danny with me. It's amazing. Like the people you meet.
This is the 80 after Squid Games. Who was the 80 before Squid Games?
I had the thing Sky. It's just. This
Same
is
guy?
Guy. Like I don't know how to be anybody.
That's what it is. You say man before and after. I can't say nothing about that. Okay, nothing.
I don't know how to be anybody but me. Like how do you? I don't know how do you fake
You
yourself?
traveled all these things. You was doing all this stuff before you even got down in there. You were doing all the being this person that you are, which is genuinely, I mean, again, as authentic as you can possibly be.
Yeah, I didn't fake being a character or anything like that. They don't me wrong. Like being a main character would be sick, but
You know what I love though is the fact that because you didn't there was no change in you, you were very rare. Everybody that I've talked to, there was nothing that really changed outside of maybe a couple little things here and there, but you pretty much went in being who you are and you came out being who you are.
yeah, no, that's another thing too. And like I try to like mentally put that into perspective myself too, because it's like it did change the way a lot of people see the world. And
You did. A lot of people.
well, I don't think people realize like how hard Squid Games actually was.
Yes.
And that's like probably one of the biggest deals. It's like, don't get me wrong, like Big Brother and Traders and all these are sick, but like there was some there's difficulty in Squid Games.
We know that.
Yeah.
But the world don't know that.
No.
They didn't get to see that. And because of that, that's one of the things, like, as difficult everything was, it didn't break you, change you, make you go in any direction that, that you didn't want to go into. Because you allowed yourself to be, again, authentically you as who you are in this present moment and who you wanted to be in the show the same way. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's the thing is like you're very rare, completely different. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Like you're a cool guy. You're extremely cool.
I think I just look cool, but I probably look way cooler on the internet. We're being honest than I am in person.
Cool. You're a real cool guy. And is there anything that anybody inspired you maybe?
Like on the show or like being on it or going to
You
it.
already know that you're an inspiration, right?
I look like a background character personally, but I appreciate you saying the inspiration on it. And just one of my main things is I always try to do for others what nobody did for me.
They're telling you an inspiration because I don't know if I'd have done none of that you talking about you did for them. I don't think I could. I'm inspired to be like you with it. Be okay. Hell no, that'd be me. You even do me like that. I'm not. That'd be me. Having that conversation.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a softie. You piss me off.
That's what I'm saying. I'm inspired. I would be inspired to be just as chill as you are, letting life happen as it is, and be cool. Maybe ask yourself, what could I do different?
Yeah.
But outside of that, you still made adjustments to who you're becoming and who you are. It's just as who you are. I mean, you're good. You're fine.
I mean, we're not here that long. Like the whole
You
thing
enjoy
you gotta enjoy every moment of it. But like I think a very important thing to just life is like to bring people up. Like that's it.
That didn't change you at all. You just more probably want to bring more people up. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. So, anybody inspired you on the show?
Oh, yeah, back to that question. Sorry, damn ADHD's on me.
Okay.
Like as far as like inspiring on the show, like if you're talking the reality show, everyone was inspirational. Like no one really like gave me like a super like stuck out thing. Don't be wrong. There's your leaders like TJ and Badass and Bryson's like, the tough guy. And like, and Chad's like a big ass dude is like the biggest heart. Yeah. And, then you got, highly energetic Brad, of course. And it's like, they can't upset him. I've never seen him frown in my life. Like it's just there's so many good people. Like, how do you pick someone that inspired you when there's hundreds?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I never really saw someone that wasn't that way, and everyone had a unique, inspiring story. Like, and that was probably the coolest thing about like conversating, BSing in the dorm on like I guess our downtime. It's like figuring out who these people are.
That's the funny part is like, I mean, Eddie, you definitely broke some boundaries or changed some platforms from what I've seen, because your energy is on a different plane all the way through and through, literally. And I admire that. I really do.
Thank you.
You know, anything you want to tell anybody? Anything you want to tell them who are watching this and they see you? Anything you want to tell them? Like words of wisdom or anything like that?
I'm gonna start off with a joke and just say, don't think I'm a celebrity. Because guess what? I'm going back to work Monday.
Yeah.
We'll start with that.
Yeah.
But main thing is I don't think you should change who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you should grow for the better, of course. But like, being yourself is the biggest thing. Like, if you got an ego, dude, you got an ego. Embrace it. Like, to be humble, like, I think you always have to be humble about it, because I think ego can surpass being, at big time. But like, I'm just a big guy. I'm being yourself. I like people for being themselves. Yeah. I don't want you. It's weird to me when I see someone like act fine with me, and then we're around other people, and then like all of a sudden they learned a different accent. They have some different slang, and we're just a different guy. Like no, dude. Like, what? Yeah, I don't know how else to be other than me.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna hold you for too long.
You can hold me forever. I can talk to you for 90 hours.
This is what we're gonna do. I close it out. You know you didn't get it officially. They didn't see you die yet.
No, as far as they know, a couple people think I'm a millionaire.
This is how it worked. On the end of this show, we die.
Oh yeah. Good night.
This is how we die.
You can start off about how I felt in marbles. You can smother me with the pillow, and then you die after I'm dead, because that's how marbles worked for me.
You can smother you?
Yeah.
Okay. He dead, y'all. He died. You should come back. It's been a pleasure speaking, and again, I've enjoyed your energy. Again, it's so different. And I don't know how to really put it in words. I've really enjoyed this. Well, y'all, this is Tronda with Tronda Talk, signing out. Grow, heal, inspire. Y'all go out there and live that life that you're supposed to live. Be in your moment as you're supposed to be in your moment. It's yours to do. It's yours to. For example, this whole thing he went through didn't change the person that he was. He stayed authentically who he became and who he's always been, and every which way. I mean, I can't say nothing else. Bye, y'all.